Hi y'all, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing the nature of our current energy systems, which are extremely destructive. That among these are industrial and nuclear energy, fossil fuels. So, at the core of our modern energy paradigm, a profound crisis lies, y'all. The industrial and the nuclear energy systems, which power the vast majority of our civilization, operate through mechanisms of coercion, mechanisms of extraction, entropy, and accelerate these things, accelerate entropy, that inherently degrade our fabric of life, reality itself, matter, the environment. I'll have you know that these systems, y'all, are not merely inefficient, they're also polluting, as we already know, and they fundamentally actually violate the natural nature of equilibrium, of quantum, and of biological processes, which, as we have seen, lead to widespread destruction, permeating every level of existence. You have all been affected by this, and will continue to be affected by this until we integrate zero-point energy into the grid, into God's grid. Now, this destruction happens from our destructive energy. Whenever you are shifting energy from one to the next, if you're shifting it in a destructive way, you're going to get destructive outcomes. Yeah, math is easy. 1 + 1 is 2. From the atomic to the ecological, and from the personal to the planetary. This is affecting you, me, he, we, she, they, thee. To include, it's actually affecting our planet as well. To include, it's affecting the cosmos. Why? Because we're playing patty cake down here with nuclear toys. And that doesn't just affect us, guys. It affects the cosmos, too. And we're also looking like dang idiots. I digress. So let's begin with some of the basics here. Essentially, guys, all of our industrial energy that is primarily extracted from fossil fuels like coal, we've got oil, natural gas. This accounts for approximately 80% of the global primary energy as of right now. Right meow. Okay? Now, this is functioning by violently breaking down chemical bonds to release stored potential energy. So, whenever we break things down, that's destructive. Right? Right. 1 + 1 is 2. Okay. The process actually creates intense heat gradients, and this is all converted into mechanical work and or electricity. However, it's inherently lots of entropy involved. Entropy is from order to chaos. So that is what all of our energy systems are based on, is chaos. And it reflects in our society. When you turn on the news, chaos. When you look in the mirror, sometimes chaos. In your own home, chaos. Grocery store, chaos. Why? Because we have created and we're living on a foundation that is broken. A broken society. Broken energy equates to broken society. So again, we have the system that is completely entropic in its operations, accelerating disorder by dumping waste heat, toxic byproducts, and irreversible pollutants into our biosphere. So our result is extremely linear. The extractive model, you guys, where our resources are being depleted and waste is actually externalized, forcing our ecosystems to absorb all of the fallout without any adequate recovery time, renewal time. Why? Because it's entropy. Entropy takes time to get back into equilibrium, into balance. Now let's go through how all of this destructive energy actually manifests within our own reality that is extremely measurable and real world impacts. Real world, you guys. So let's start with the climate destabilization, Mother Gaia crying, our annual emissions of 35 to 40 billion tons of CO2 are at irreversible tipping points, such as the methane release from the thawing permafrost, the dieback of the Amazon rainforest, and the collapse of the Antarctic ice sheets. So this alters global weather patterns, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia crying, and leads to actually frequent extreme events like we've already seen, many floods, many droughts, heat waves, displacing millions of people and eroding food security as well. So let's discuss some of the air and water pollution from our fossil fuels. Fossil fuels, you guys, have combustion that release fine particulate matter. It also releases nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide, and the list goes on. Volatile organic compounds, VOX, VOCs, okay, and benzene, and diesel exhaust. Now, we always wonder, oh, why is my family getting sick, this and that? It's because we are living off of destructive, chaotic entropy. And anything that is created from destruction is destruction and chaos on the other side of the equation as well, to include everyone involved. As within, so without. As without, so within. As above, so below. Yeah, it's just simple. So we have these pollutants that are infiltrating our daily lives, causing 7 to 9 million premature deaths annually. One note is in urban areas, guys, we have anyone who's driving to and fro, commuters, inhaling these toxins, specifically for sure when they're in traffic, just inhaling all of these, leading to chronic inflammation of the body. Next on our list to discuss, y'all, is the habitat and resource devastation, where practices like mountaintop removal for coal mining, tar sands extraction, deep water oil drilling, and fracking induced earthquakes contaminate our groundwater with chemicals and create dead zones in our oceans from spills and runoffs. So you guys, what happens is geopolitically, this actually fuels resource wars. You see how entropy, destruction, chaos creates entropy, destruction, chaos. Okay. It also geopolitically fuels corruption in petrostates and terrorism funding, y'all, perpetuating cycles of human violence. You see how in our current world structure we will stay on this karma wheel, killing each other and killing ourselves again and again and again and again and again until we are off these systems. Mark my words. To be continued in our next video.